13. Strangest things found in Finland. But first, don't worry, Finnish people. We saw your comments and didn't forget about you. American Eye just needed some time to work on his Finnish language skills before getting this one started. Let us know in the comment section if you have visited any of these places, and maybe we'll feature you in an upcoming video. Number 13. The Silent People. Finland is a country located in Northern Europe, and it shares its borders with 4 different nations. The most northern areas reach the Arctic Circle and can receive as little as 2 hours of sunlight a day during winter and as much as 20 hours of daylight during summer. While driving along Highway 5 outside the city of Suomussalmi, you might come across some eerie, faceless people standing to the side of the road. These are known as the Silent People. Their heads are made of straw and their clothes are draped over wooden crosses. The mysterious art installation has never been explained, and many have found it quite disturbing. The clothes are changed twice a year, and in wintertime, you can tell from this photo that it can look extremely creepy. Number 12. Veijo Ronkainen Sculpture Garden. On the border between Finland and Russia lies a mysterious park that contains 500 of the strangest statues you have ever seen in your life. Most of these statues are of humans in various poses, including still life of yoga, fine arts, but most of the time, you might have no idea what they're doing at all. While strolling through here, you have to wonder what kind of hallucinogens the artist was taking. Many statues, like this one you see here of what looks like a nun, with a horrifying expression on her face, almost looks like she's possessed. The park is surrounded by trees, and almost makes you feel as if you are trapped in a creepy forest with cannibal statues. In this photo, we see some ghoulish statue that has no eyes, and almost looks like the reincarnation of the Grim Reaper. Don't take your kids here without expecting them to get nightmares. Number 11. Kuma Kivi Balancing Rock. The word Kuma Kivi means strange rock in Finnish, so it should come to no surprise that it makes our list. Due to its mysterious nature, many have came to supernatural conclusions to give some meaning behind it. The 23-foot-long boulder lies on a flat surface about the size of a footprint. It's so firmly attached that geologists don't believe it was placed there by humans. Their best guess is that it's due to glaciers, but folklore tells the story of giants and trolls who placed it there. It's been sitting that way for 8,000 years, despite the harsh Finnish weather. Number 10. The Finnish Sauna. Although this is not by any means strange to the Finnish, or maybe other places in Europe, but seeing such a large number of saunas in one country is a little bit crazy. For a population of 5 million people, there are over 3 million saunas. This is almost a way of life for the Finnish. You might find some people drinking a cough beer here, or even enjoying a meal. Once it gets too hot, the Finn is often spotted skinny dipping into a frozen lake, or even rolling around in the snow. Clothing or swimsuits are not allowed and seen as a faux pas, since chlorine water from the pools on swimsuits will evaporate and irritate people's lungs. This is almost like a spiritual place for the Finnish, so no bad behavior. The oldest public Finnish sauna dates back to 1906 and is located in the city of Pipspala. Number 9. The Bad Bad Boy. This bizarre statue in the capital city of Helsinki is dedicated to all the guys out there who might have peed in public when they thought no one was looking. We might not be able to show you the entire statue, but you can imagine that he's not holding on to a garden hose. For some reason, this seems to amuse the Finnish, and in August 2014, it was placed in one of Helsinki's main ports after being exhibited peeing in a river in Sweden, like you see in this photo. Other people didn't really find it too flattering and were slightly triggered by a nude male peeing. Number 8. The Three-Country Cairn. This is actually located in Norway, Sweden, and Finland, since it marks the areas where all 3 countries meet. With Finland having such a long history of war with Russia for a long period of time, Finland was either controlled by Russia or their borders were disputed. Finland declared their independence from Russia during World War I. Although Finland lost more territory in the years to come, it was a small price to pay for their eventual independence. Finally, even after some disputes with Norway, the final stone was placed and all 3 countries came to an agreement. Some even claim it could be the smallest island in the world. Now you can take photos of being in 3 countries at once. Number 7. Elio Keo. A large number of Finnish people are somewhat agnostic like their Scandinavian neighbors. However, historically speaking, the Finns belong to the Lutheran Church, and this is one of the more popular denominations in Finland. This Lutheran church called Elio Keo is directly built into solid rock. Construction began in 1939 but was interrupted by World War II. The light that comes in is all natural, and the church is often used for concerts due to its excellent acoustics. It's one of the more popular attractions in Helsinki. In comparison to other churches in Europe, it's quite unique. The organ you see here has 3,001 pipes. Number 6. Moomin World. So if you come to Finland and you weren't really too familiar with the Moomin books by the Swedish author Tove Jansson and stumbled upon this theme park, you might have think you lost your mind. This wacky place, located in Naantali, Finland, on an island, It's not your average amusement park. It doesn't have any rides, it's just sort of a fantasy playground for kids. You'll definitely come across some strange characters like the Humelin, like we see in this photo. There's also this witch, or Sniff the dog. The main character seems to be this giant white hippopotamus thing that can be seen throughout the park. If any of our Finnish subscribers out there know about this place, please let us know in the comment section. Number 5. The Kemi Snow Castle. Finland has so much snow that they can actually build a castle out of it. You'd only be able to see this one when the snow isn't melted, but each year it's reconstructed, and it makes you think you're walking into a fortress of ice. This can be found in Lapland near the Arctic Circle and a small coastal town called Kemi. It was first built in 1995, and it was such a hit that they've continued the tradition ever since. It can even reach 30 feet high and have 20,000 square meters of interior space. Other artists will decorate the castle with beautiful ice sculptures. Number 4. The Lapland Forests. While discovering the mysterious land of Lapland, you might begin to think you're in some kind of real-life Dr. Seuss book, but that's not the case. The most northern region of Lapland is well known for their cartoon-like snow trees like we see in this photo. The harsh weather here turns the trees from being green to completely white, especially during winter. The mysterious beauty of these forests becomes an attraction for snow-loving tourists. Residents in Finland enjoy very few regulations on where they're allowed to hike or camp. The trees here get this way from icy residue when water droplets from fog turn to ice. Due to its northern location in the Arctic Circle, you'll find that it makes a beautiful location to witness the aurore borealis, where the skies are painted with beautiful colors. Number 3. The Sami Parliament of Finland. After seeing the last one, you might have thought to yourself that no one could have actually lived this far north in such inhospitable climates. Well, think again. The Sami people are Europe's only indigenous people, and they've been living here for over 10,000 years. They inhabit the most northern parts of Finland and their neighbors as well. While some have adapted to modern technology and adopted Finnish as their language, some still live a traditional lifestyle. This included a steady diet of reindeer meat and herding this animal. In order to add a little extra protein to their diet, they would often add reindeer tongue to their coffee. They've adapted to harsh environments and rely on reindeer fur to stay warm. Coming across the Sami settlement would be a pretty strange place if you're able to find one. One of their permanent buildings is their parliament, where leaders of this tribe pass laws. Number 2. Kokslotinen. Feel like getting away for a little bit in one of the coldest places on Earth? Might as well do it in style at the Kokslotinen Arctic Resort and get there the cool way by dog sled. These igloo-like pods allow for a unique experience year-round and allow you to stay somewhat warm while you're checking out the northern lights. This is located just south of Finland's northernmost fishing village, but right in the middle of the forest. From an aerial vantage point, it almost appears as though some UFOs have landed and are making a hideout in some isolated forest in Finland. You can also witness some of Lapland's craziest snow-covered trees from the comfort of your own bed. Number 1. Santa Claus Village. The entire time, you thought Santa was actually living on the North Pole, but this was actually a cover-up for his true location. That's right, in Finnish, he goes by the name of Joulupukki, which literally translates to Christmas goat. Santa Claus actually lives in Finland, and you can visit him, his elves, and reindeer in Finland. Santa Claus Village is located about 4 miles from Rovaniemi. In fact, when you were a kid and you sent a letter to Santa Claus, it actually ended up right here in northern Finland at Santa Claus's main post office. Each year, over 500,000 letters arrive here. In case you need to get an iPad next year and want to put in your request early, here's his address. Christmas in Finland is like no other place, and if you come here, you're sure to have a very holly jolly time.